Stand by. Oh, what's up, smarty people? It's KeysDAN with RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com, coming to you live and in living color from the Radio What studios. And this is my podcast, What Makes You Smarter? It's an extension of the RadioWhat.com internet radio station that I've been running for quite some time. And if you need DJ services, where do I always send you? DJLittleRock.com. Also, if you'd like to tell your story or hear the stories of others, I encourage you to check out my other podcast. It's called What Makes You Famous. Find it everywhere using the hashtag What Makes You Famous. Now, on with the show. Today on the program, got some pretty cool news. I'll let you be the judge of that. Our archaeologists discover what could be one of the world's oldest flush toilets. That's the thing that's next to me in the video, if you're watching the video version of this. When contemplating the greatest convenience of modern society, one might consider the smartphone, the automobile, or even the refrigerator. But civilization's unsung hero is truly the porcelain throne. Our toilets and the sewer systems, they connect us not only to keep things sanitary, but also protect the world's water supplies. However, the actual invention of the toilet isn't all that modern. Recently, Chinese archaeologists discovered what may be one of the oldest manual flush toilets, dating back 2,200 to 2,400 years ago. That's according to Live Science. Liu Rui, and I hope I pronounced that properly, Liurui, a researcher at the Institute of Archaeology at the Chinese Academy of Social Sciences, told state-owned China Daily, quote, "It is the first and only flush toilet to ever unearthed in," let me start that quote over. Quote, "It is the first and only flush toilet to be ever unearthed in China. Everybody at the site was surprised, and then we all burst into laughter," end quote. The toilet was discovered last summer, I'm recording this in 2023, March of 2023, by Liu and his team in the ruins of a palace at the Yiyang, Yueyang, archaeological site in Xi'an, Xi'An. The archaeologists found the broken pieces of the toilet, including a bent pipe at site number 3. The toilet likely dates back all the way to the Warring States period, 475. So what was that other date I was saying? Oh, dating back 2,200 years. But it was 475. Oh, that's right. That would make it 2,200 years. Math hard. The Warring States period, 475 to 221 BC, when it would have been considered, quote, a luxury object, end quote. Per China Daily, it is thought to have been used by high-ranking members of the Qin Kingdom, Qin, King Kingdom, or by the Han Dynasty. According to Liu, the toilet bowl was used indoors with a pipe leading to an outside pit. I like that. The researcher theorized that servants were responsible for pouring water into the bowl when it was used. There's some dirty jobs out there, I'll tell you. Excavation at Yuyang began all the way back in the 1980s, according to CNN, starting with building number 1. Over the ensuing decades, archaeologists have uncovered more ruins with hopes of getting insights into the ancient past. But according to the press release, it was only within the past year archaeologists decided to fully uncover buildings number 11 and number 3, where the toilet was found. Before the discovery, historians believed the first flushable toilet to be invented by Victorian England, according to History.com. Sir John Harrington. John. Get it? John. The godson of Queen Elizabeth I. And he was credited with coming up with the idea, which called for a, quote, 2-foot deep oval bowl, waterproofed with pitch, resin, and wax, and fed by water from an upstairs cistern, end quote. There is also evidence of 4,000-year-old drainage systems found in India that might have been toilets. As for what's next, Liu and his team are analyzing the soil samples from the toilet and are hopeful of finding traces of ancient human feces. Goals, right? He told China Daily that the team would like to learn about ancient people's food habits. In addition to being a humorous finding, Liu praised the discovery as an important part of history. Quote, "The flush toilet is concrete proof of the importance of the ancient Chinese attached to sanitation." I like that so much. End quote. Oh, sorry. that last part was my note. I'll go for this quote again. I'm not editing anything. "The flush toilet is concrete proof of the importance the ancient Chinese attached to sanitation." End quote. He said. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's an old toilet. That's a little bit of nice news. I got most of that. Well, I got that from nicenews.com. Check that site out. It's got some pretty cool information. Instead of hearing all this naughty news all the time, no news is good news. Well, there's some nice news out there. Thanks for hanging out with me. What makes you smarter? I'm trying to learn some things. And while I have this broadcast software, might as well read it into the mic and teach you something as well. That's it for this edition of What Makes You Smarter. Hey, if you'd like to tell your story or hear the stories of others, check out my other podcast. It's called What Makes You Famous. Find it everywhere using the hashtag What Makes You Famous. That's it for me. It's KeysDAN, RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com. Peace. I'm out of here.